Welcome into the show, everybody. My name is Joey Petersen. You're watching the Ravens Rundown. We got a ton to discuss on today's program. First off, are the Ravens making one more offseason move? ESPN released an article and saying each move they believe all 32 teams should make before the start of the NFL season. And then on the back half, I'm going to talk about one player that I am extremely excited for, and I promise you, after you watch it, you're going to be pumped up for him as well. I want to keep improving right here on the channel, okay? And I need you guys to help me do so. The most likes we got on a video in all of June was 393. That's a good number. I need that to be better. So on today's video, I need you guys to help me out. Go ahead, get down there, hit that thumbs up button. Let's get up to 400 likes. Alrighty, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. So happy you are with us today. ESPN, one more offseason move that each team should make. But of course, you're here at the Ravens Rundown. What did they say to Baltimore? Well, their one move was, of course, extending two-time MVP quarterback, hopefully Super Bowl winner one day, Lamar Jackson. This is a move that we've discussed a lot over the show because over the last couple of weeks, there's been a lot of different rumors, news items that have come out that, have kind of been pointing towards that happening somewhat soon. And I think it should be something that happens somewhat soon because of the player that he is and because of the leader that he is. And no, the playoff success necessarily hasn't been there yet, but I expect that to come some point very, very soon. Here's what Aaron Schatz had to say on the move. My original suggestion for the Ravens was that they sign cornerback Jair Alexander, but they went ahead and did that on a one-year deal. So let's strike up a deal with Jackson, Alexander's old Louisville teammate. Extension talks with Jackson are in an introductory stage, according to general manager Eric DaCosta. Jackson is signed through 2027, but the two-time MVP is now 10th among quarterbacks in annual average salary. An extension would make him happy and open up a ton of cap space for Baltimore to use in 2026 and in 2027. Jackson is set to have a cap number of over $74 million in 2026. First off, Aaron, I couldn't agree more with you for everything you just said and also the financial part of it as well, which we have just kind of recently talked about. A $74 million cap hit, not only in 2026, but in 2027. So if this deal is going to get done, I guarantee you they're going to make it get done before that comes to be at the end of this next season. And when you look at the highest paid quarterbacks, first off, it's a little bit jarring because you kind of forgot Dak Prescott was making $60 million a year. But you got to go down the list pretty far until you find Lamar Jackson, a guy who passed for 4,100 yards, 41 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. And I know that we're all watching this saying, you know what, I wouldn't mind making $52 million a year. I'm right there with you. But Lamar Jackson sees that list that we just showed you, okay? He knows that list as well. And he knows that he should be at the top of it. He looks at guys like Trevor Lawrence, who are close to the top. Dak Prescott, who's at the very top. Joe Burrow, a guy who he beats in the regular season every single year. And I guarantee you, he's thinking, you know what? I deserve to be right up there. What say you guys? Should Lamar Jackson be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL? If you think yes, go ahead and like today's video. If you think no, get down in the comment section and comment why not. Don't hold back. Tell me how you really feel. Just let me know by liking today's video or getting in that comment section. I can already hear the complaints. But Joey, he's not a team player if he takes somewhere close to $60 million a year. What about other extensions on the team? Like, he's so selfish for doing that. He doesn't care about winning. He only cares about himself. He only cares about the money he makes. I can hear the complaining from here. Chill out. Okay, calm down. Take a deep breath. The salary cap, every single year over the last 3 decades, has consistently gone up. And guess what? It's going to continue to. And it has gone up exponentially over the last decade and a half. Let's throw it back to 2011. And I don't mean to date myself, but I was a crisp 11 years old when the salary cap was $120.375 million. Then you saw it in 9 years' time expand $78 million to 2020 and go to $198 million. And we've seen in the last 5 years from 2020 it go all the way up to this year at $295 million. There's a reason that players have been making more money. It's because they're being able to be paid more money. And the thing about it is it's only going to continue to go up, and there's people that expect a massive jump in this over the next couple of seasons. Brett Coleman tweeted this out back in February, and we talked about it when it happened. He said the salary cap is going to explode again, and it's all because of this change in how Nielsen measures ratings. Starting this year, they're leaning into using data directly from smart TV manufacturers to measure viewing habits in addition to the traditional at-home panel method. So the way they did it before basically was the way that they've always done it. They do it based on cable, at-home panel method, thing like that. They have never taken into account the smart TV, YouTube TV, which I don't know about you guys, but that's how I watch all my NFL games is on streaming services. Now they're going to take that into account. So when they negotiate a new deal for their media rights, that deal's only going to go up, which means teams now will be able to pay their players even more money. My take on this is, at the end of the day, I just want them to pay him what he deserves and get back to business. I don't want this to be a whole thing because we all remember a few years ago when this was anything everybody could talk about. This was the only thing that was on our minds. This was the only thing that we worried about because it was such a worrisome situation. And I don't want to have to stress out again this time around. I don't want to go on Twitter and see Lamar Jackson tweeting that he's requested a trade from the Baltimore Ravens. I don't want to see him on Twitter saying that they only offered him $133 million for 3 years. That's not good enough for me. And sure, he's a different player this time around. He's a better player at this point of the negotiations. But still, that happened before. I don't want that to happen again. The good thing is I don't think Lamar Jackson's taken that much into it anyway. Jeff Zreback tweeted this when Lamar spoke at the media during minicamp. So Jackson said he doesn't want to talk about his contract situation. Now, I think it's different. That than what it was the last time. I think he's not wanting to talk to the media about it because he doesn't want to be a distraction. I don't think he doesn't want to talk to it because he's upset about it. So, if you feel that way, I think it's fine. Predict it in the comment section for me. When will the Ravens extend Lamar Jackson? When do you think it's happening? Make the call. Guess the month. You can even guess the day. I don't care. Just comment your answer down below. All right, coming up now, we got one player I am really excited to talk about. Well, actually, it's not now. It's coming up in just a little bit. Before we do that, I got to tell you about our awesome friends over at Fanatics. Go to chatsports.com/Lamar jersey. Get your Lamar Jackson jersey today. If you want him to get paid, just like I want him to get paid, you go ahead and snag that jersey because when he does, he's going to be here for a very, very, very long time. Chatsports.com/Lamar jersey is where you need to go. When you make a purchase using that link, not only, does the proceeds go to our friends over at Fanatics, they come to us as well, which helps us hire additional people, grow this operation right here at Chat Sports, help us improve our graphics, our cameras, our lights, everything right here in this studio so we can keep bringing you guys daily content. Chatsports.com/Lamar jersey is where you need to go. Let's talk about it. The one player I'm really excited about, and the guy that I hope after I'm done talking about him, you're going to be really excited about him too, is wide receiver Devontez Walker. Now, I'm not going to lie. After Devontez Walker's rookie year, I was not very excited about him. I thought he was, I don't want to say a bust is so dramatic. I'm not going to say that I thought he was a bust. But I will say he had a disappointing rookie year in the National Football League. But everything coming out of minicamp, buckle up because he could have a big sophomore season coming. Tony Lombardi wrote on Devontez Walker saying, "These days, the practice field's rising star is Devontez Walker. The former North Carolina Tar Heel is now in his second season and is playing faster while expanding his route tree. Given his height, physicality and catch radius, Walker could emerge as a big play red zone receiver. And if that's how he emerges on this team, like, I would love that. Lamar Jackson has never really had that in his career. Now, I'll admit to you, DeAndre Hopkins, I'm expecting to be that receiver for Lamar this year. But if you could have two of them, one of them a much younger version as well, in Devontez Walker, who can be that for years and years to come, like, sign me up tomorrow. And we got to remember who we're dealing with here from the athletic standpoint, okay? If you look back at his relative athletic score just about a year and a half ago when he ran at the Combine in 2024, he scored a 9.88 on a scale of 1 to 10. He ran a 4.36 40-yard dash, a vertical of 40 and a half, a broad jump of 11 feet. This dude is a freak. If you could just get him the ball consistently, I guarantee he can make plays in the National Football League. So let's get to know him a little bit more. 6'1", 191 pounds. He's not a big guy. He's not your Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss type wide receiver. I feel like he's kind of built a little bit like Rashad Bateman, just a little bit taller. 1,620 yards and 18 touchdowns in his final 2 seasons in college football. Of course, he transferred to UNC after his sophomore season, missed a third of their season in 2023 because of NCAA rules, which was absolutely ridiculous at the time. I don't know if you remember that. He had to sit out 4 games while the NCAA processed his it was crazy. It was ludicrous, but he still ended up having almost 700 yards in 8 games played. And John Harbaugh talked about Devontez Walker and said every day, this was during minicamp, all he does is show up and go 100 miles an hour. And for a guy who's still that young, that's what you want. You don't want those guys who are still that young to be coming out and slacking off. You want to hear the head coach saying, you know what? He gives his all every single play on the practice field. And I don't know if you guys kind of made this connection as well, but that reminded me, that quote, of Hall of Fame wide receiver Michael Irvin. Won 2 Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys, 3 Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys in the mid-'90s. And Troy Aikman spoke on his teammate, and he said one of the reasons that Michael and I got to be so good is that he practiced like it was the Super Bowl every single day. Then you're not wasting repetitions on the practice field. And I get that. That's a lofty comparison. I'm not comparing Devontez Walker to Michael Irvin and saying they're going to have the same trajectory of career and he's going to make it into the Hall of Fame. All I'm saying is that the great ones, the great wide receivers, the Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame wide receivers like Michael Irvin ran every single rep in practice like it was the Super Bowl. And right now, coming from John Harbaugh, that looks to be exactly what Devontez Walker is doing. Now, he had a very interesting 2024. A very interesting 2024. Only 20 snaps played, 2 targets, 1 catch. The catch was a touchdown, which was very, very electric in that New York Giants game. But still, he wasn't utilized heavily. And I feel like a great step up from him from last year, this year, is 400 yards. I'd be excited if he gave me 400 this season. I don't need 700, 800. I'm not expecting that. You have Derrick Henry. You have Mark Andrews. You have Isaiah Likely. You have Rashad Bateman. You have DeAndre Hopkins. You have so many weapons. There's only one football. There's only so many yards the team can get. If he can give me 400, I would be so happy. Make sure you got me on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I tweet about the Ravens every day on Twitter. I post more, family, my dog, my wife stuff on Instagram. Feel free to follow me there as well. Most important thing is that you're subscribed to the channel, though. You can do it right now. Do it today. All you got to do is hit that big red sub button and join us for daily coverage of your favorite team in purple and black.